So, very good afternoon. Today on 2nd of April, I am going to take this class on the topic of what is called interconnection network. So, what is the need of interconnection network? Actually, what happens that in single processor system or uniprocessor system, there is a direct connection between processor and memory. There is one processor and one memory, and both are directly connected. No problem. In ordinary uniprocessor system, but if number of processors and memories are very high, then this type of direct connection is not feasible. Suppose two processors are there, then both the processors will have to be connected. For example, P1, P2, M1, M2, then this will be connected here, 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 here. In this way, suppose hundreds of processors are there, then so many number of direct connections are not feasible or not economical. Therefore, interconnection network is used in order to connect various processors with various memory modules like this. Here interconnection network is used. This is called multiprocessor system. If on both the sides processors are there, it will be called multi-computer. For example, like this. This is called multi-computer. Okay. Multi-computer means this is nothing but your wide area network also. Wide area network means wide area network in computer networking, it is something like this. Suppose this is one router, second router, third, fourth, these are the routers like this. And there are various LANs. Suppose this is LAN 1 of Raipur, Ravi Shankar University, and suppose you want to send your mail to your friend sitting in USA here. So, in computer networking, message travels in form of packets. Suppose I am going, this mail is to be sent. It will be divided into various packets, and these packets, you know, IP version 4, 6, etc. These packets will travel like this, and this will go through these routers to these. But suppose this path is congested or broken, then this router will decide to send this through alternative path. This I am talking about computer network for the time being. You may think why I have started talking about computer network. Everything is same, just like God. God says कि सभी चीज़ मैं हूँ. तो उसी प्रकार यहाँ पर भी क्या हो रहा है? This is the architecture. In fact, interconnection network is very wide word which is used in parallel computing, computer networking both. I can correlate this figure with this figure. See, every processor is a full-fledged computer, and this also is a computer. So this thing is called subnet. Subnet is a collection of routers. Subnet is a collection of routers. So this is subnet, or you can say that this is interconnection network, this one, and these processors are these computers only. So is it okay or not? I have correlated these two figures. This one is of wide area network used in computer networking. This one is called multi-computer, and this is the part of parallel computing. But interconnection network is used everywhere. Interconnection network is the collection of routers here. In fact, interconnection network is the collection of switching elements. Switching element may be router or some processing element. Interconnection network consists of switching elements. Okay, switching element may be router, may be processing element, may be anything. Actually, this is the architecture which can be used anywhere. Suppose a building is made, building may be used for hospital, for college, etc. Okay. So anyway, I have started for this interconnection network. Let us see now what are the other methods of interconnection in processors and memories. I will come upon this interconnection network again. Suppose we want to connect the processors, large number of processors. I told that in order to connect processor and memory, one way is direct connection. Which is used when there is one processor. Then this is feasible, although this may be used for many processors also. Second system is bus system. Third system is crossbar system or network. And fourth one is interconnection network. About this direct connection I told. Let us see something, although this is part of computer architecture, bus system. I will tell little bit about bus system also in this class. So bus system, because this is very important thing, I am going to deal with bus system in a uniprocessor system only, in order to clear the bus system. Okay. So it is something like this. Bus system. One more thing, bus system is used, may be used or feasible up to 16 processors, and crossbar network is useful for up to 64 processors, and for more than that interconnection network is useful. Reason I will tell you. So in this bus system, bus is a group of wire. Bus is a group of electrical wires. Okay. So in computer system, bus system is like this. There is a control bus which carries what? Read signal, write signal, interrupt, then is what is called address bus. In any computer, these are the important buses, which may be of 32 bit or maybe of 64 also. (32 bit means it will address up to 2 raised to 32 addresses starting from 0 to 232 minus 1. This concept should be clear. I think this is clear. 2 raised to 32, just like IP version 4, 32 bit. 2 raised to 32 IP addresses are possible starting from 0 ending up to 2 raised to 32 minus 1. Similarly, here also this is address bus, and then there is what is called data bus. Like this. This is of 64 bit, and these are combinedly called what is called system bus. All these buses are combinedly called system bus, and then there is a CPU. I am talking about single processor system at present. This is possible for more than one processor also, and then is cache memory or main memory. These are connecting various things, then input output device 1 up to many input output devices may be there, maybe n. So this one is bidirectional. This is bidirectional. Remember this thing. And CPU is giving address to control bus, which is not up to here. Anyway, this is control bus, and this is bidirectional arrow, and this one is address bus, and like this. And then again data bus, this is bidirectional arrow. Like this. That means control bus, read write interrupt, address bus and data bus, and CPU is receiving control signal or generating control signal, so is similar with all these devices, and CPU is generating address bus. According to that, this main memory address is accessed, therefore this type of single sided arrow is there, and here also, and similarly there is data bus, which is again bidirectional. So this is all about bus system which are present in a computer, normal computer system. Okay. And after this bus system, so why bus system is not feasible beyond 16 processors? Because then collision will start taking place so too much. And you know, in computer network we teach that in order to avoid collision, CSMA CD protocol is used. In next semester probably you will study computer network. So in order to avoid collision, what is called CSMA, carrier sense multiple access CD protocol is used in bus system. Difficulty with bus system is that only one signal can carry at one time. Suppose two signals are coming in opposite direction or in same direction also, then collision will take place, just like railway line, in which suppose two trains are going towards each other, then collision will take place. Here in bus system also, two signals a single wire cannot carry, two electrical signals a single wire cannot carry. So if so happens, then CSMA CRD protocol is used to avoid collision. Okay. Therefore, bus system is good, but only for a small system, for uniprocessor system or maybe few processors. Okay. Then we study crossbar network. Crossbar network, which is something like this. These are various processors and these are memory. And these cross points, these are called cross points. And on cross points there are switching elements. Cross points we may call. Suppose processor 1 wants to send signal or read or write at M1, then it will activate this particular cross point, and as soon as this is on, signal will start traveling like this. Suppose P1 wants to send to M3, then which cross point is to be highlighted? Tell. P1 wants to send to M3, then this cross point will be highlighted, will be activated. Suppose P3 wants to send to M1, then this cross point will be highlighted. Suppose P1 wants to send to M1 and P2 also wants to send to M1 only, then this will be activated and P2 will activate this one, and then collision will take place. That means two processors cannot send simultaneously to one memory. Two processors cannot send simultaneously to one memory, but same processor can send to many memories at one time. P1 may send to M1, M2, M3, M4, no problem. So this is all about crossbar network. This is very good network, but difficulty is that this is very costly, because cost increases with size as n square. There are, if this is a 4x4 network, then there are 16 cross points, and cost increases with a square of the size of network. So that is why beyond 64 this is not feasible. Okay, beyond 64 processors this becomes costly. Otherwise, crossbar network is very much useful, and this is used in a large number of supercomputers. Crossbar network is used in very large number of, this is very popular network. Clear? So I think I am able to convey the point. In ordinary uniprocessor machine which you make use of in laptop, laptop and your PC, that is called uniprocessor, there is ordinary direct connection. Bus system is also used for interconnecting various memories, input output devices also, and for more number of processors there is bus system, then crossbar network, and then we come on interconnection network, which I had introduced in first slide also. Okay. So this is all about crossbar network. Now coming on this interconnection network, I have already introduced interconnection network, so I am now going to deal with the types of interconnection networks, rather types of interconnection network. This may be of static or dynamic type. Okay. In static, it may be, static interconnection may be one dimensional, two dimensional, three dimensional. In one dimensional, this may be, there may be linear array. Example, in 2D, there may be star, there may be ring architecture, there may be mesh, star, ring, mesh, there may be tree architecture, there may be what is called systolic array. In 3D, if we talk about this 3D architecture, so within 3D there may be one is chordal ring, second is completely connected, third is what is called hypercube, one more is 3 cube connected cycle. क्या हो गया? हाँ, okay, 3 cube connected cycle, CYCLE cycle. So types of interconnection network, static interconnection network is that in which static connections are made, that means connections are static in nature, which are already made before transmission of signals. But dynamic interconnection is that in which connections are dynamically made right at the time of requirement. Suppose there is one sender, one receiver. There are multiple paths. Which path will be taken, that will be decided dynamically according to that situation. Okay, this is dynamic interconnection network. Static interconnection network, path is statically fixed already. So these are the types of static interconnection network. In 1D, 2D, 3D, in 1D linear array, in 2D star, ring, mesh, tree, systolic array, and in 3D chordal ring, completely connected hypercube, 3 cube connected cycle. Now I am going to draw the figure of these static interconnection networks. So linear array is nothing linear array is like this. linear array of processors are connected, which is, this is 1D. Okay, then is star, which is 2D, which is something like this. Star, this is 2D. Similarly, there was a ring which was like this. There was ring was also 2D. Similarly, there was tree which is like this. These are processors. This one is also 2D. Similarly, mesh, which is like this. This is mesh architecture. This one is also 2D. And this is all about 2D networks. This and one I have taken from page 335 of the book of bricks. Thus, that bus system I had drawn from page 481 Hayes. Bus system, the figure of bus system I had taken from page number 481 Hayes. Systolic array is something like this. Systolic array. This is also 2D. Systolic means beautifully arranged, beautiful. So, beautiful arrangement of processors is there. Therefore, name is given systolic array. So, after this, let us see 3D. 3D static interconnection networks. In 3D, I told about chordal ring, in 3D there is completely connected architecture which is like this. Suppose these are the processors. This is connected with this, and here also. Sorry, this one is already connected. Eraser. Then this will be connected this with all processors directly like this. This will be connected with like this. This will be connected with, here it is connected with this and this. In this way, all are connected with all. This is the example of 3D. Similarly, chordal ring. Chordal ring, which is like this. Sixteen processors I have drawn, and this one is connected with this, this one is connected with this, this one is connected with this one is connected with this one is connected here, this one is connected here. माने दो प्रोसेसर छोड़ के कनेक्ट कर रहे हैं in this way. This is called chordal ring, and let us see hypercube. In hypercube there may be 3 cube, 4 cube and up to n cube. So hypercube is like this, 3 cube. This is also a hypercube which is like this. This is 3 cube architecture. That means there are 8 nodes, 2 raised to 3 nodes. 4 cube hypercube is like this. So corresponding nodes will be connected like this. Like this, 4 cube. Then last one is 3 cube connected cycle. Three cube connected cycle. Next I am drawing it, 3 cube connected cycle. This is also a 3D static interconnection network, which is something like this. Each node is replaced by a ring of 3 nodes. Each node is replaced by a ring of 3 nodes, something like this. This node will be replaced by 1, 2, 3, a ring of 3 nodes. This node will be replaced by 3 nodes like this. This will be replaced by 3 nodes like this. This node will be replaced by 3 nodes like this. This will be replaced by 3 nodes like This will be replaced by 3 nodes like this, and this will be replaced by 3 nodes like this. This is 3 cube connected cycle. Similarly, we can draw 4 cube connected cycle, 5 cube connected cycle. This is just the extension of hypercube. So this is all about static interconnection network. In interconnection network, we have seen static interconnection network in today's class. About this dynamic interconnection network, we will see in next class. Okay. So any doubt in this, if you have, you can ask easily, no matter in English, Hindi. किसी को कुछ पूछना है तो वो क्वेश्चंस आर वेलकम. अगर कुछ पूछना है इंटरकनेक्शन नेटवर्क में क्यों यूज होता है इंटरकनेक्शन नेटवर्क.
सर ये पूछना था, जैसे इंटरकनेक्शन नेटवर्क हम यूज करते हैं.
हाँ.
कभी सर ये होता है ना, क्रॉस कनेक्शन भी हो जाता है. सर उससे बचने के लिए क्या करना है?
जैसा मैंने बताया ना, बस सिस्टम में जैसे ये जो होता है, तो बस सिस्टम में आपका CSMA CD प्रोटोकॉल का यूज़ होता है, कैरियर सेंस मल्टीपल एक्सिस कोलिजन डिटेक्शन. आप कंप्यूटर नेटवर्क में पढ़ेंगे, है ना. तो कोलिजन होता है तो उसको अवॉइड करने का CSMA CD प्रोविजन एक तरीका है. इन इंटरकनेक्शन नेटवर्क देयर इज वेरी सिस्टमेटिक वे ऑफ कनेक्शन इन डायनेमिक इंटरकनेक्शन नेटवर्क, जो कि हम लोग देखेंगे. और स्टैटिक इंटरकनेक्शन नेटवर्क में देयर इज फिक्स्ड कनेक्शन. ओके. सो इन बस सिस्टम दैट CSMA CD protocol is used for that. Any other? Okay, then thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.